Okay, you want to begin by opening your Mad Scientist Party invitation into Photoshop or a similar program. I'm using regular Photoshop. However, if you're using Elements, much of the shortcuts and things that I will be using should be pretty much the same. So once that's open, I'm going to go ahead and go to the LD website and make sure you're logged in so that you can use the Try Me Now tool and get your items that you've purchased. I'm going to go to the Mad Scientist collection and scroll down to the Mad Scientist Assistant Alphabet. Click on the Try Me Now tool, and in the text area I'm going to type in actually the month that I want to put on my invite, and I want it to be all capital letters. I'm changing it to high resolution. I'm just going to press save. Make sure you open it with Photoshop. I can see that there's a slight problem with the alignment of the eye on this one. So I zoomed in, just press Z and click on it. Then I'm going to take the marquee, just press M. And I'm going to just marquee around the little eye there and move that eye down to where I want it. And Control D for deselect. Now I'm going to press Control All and select the entire word, April, and then Control C to copy it. And click back on my invitation at the top there. And I'm going to press Control V for pasting. So April is pasted. Oops, I accidentally pasted it twice. Just click on the second one and press delete, and it'll delete that layer. It's perfect size actually, so I'm going to go ahead and center it there in that box. I'm going to go back to the LD website, and now I'm going to go to the Mad Scientist Alphabet, and again click on high resolution, and I'm going to type in 27 into that box and save. Once again opening with Photoshop. I'm going to press Control All and Control C and copy that number. Go back to my invite and Control V for paste. And there I have my date of the party that I want. Now, that's all I'm using the alphabets for. I am going to go ahead and do the rest of my typing in a font called LDJ Robbie Robot. And it is, if you just type in a Robbie Robot, you can see what it looks like. I thought it went with the set very well. And that's what it looks like. I already have it installed onto my computer. So I'm going to press the text tool over to the left here and put it onto your image about where you want it. And you can see it's pretty small right now. I want it to be a little bit bigger. I'm going to change it to about 30 point. You can still adjust the size after you've typed. I'm going to, I already have LDJ Robbie Robot selected up here. Robbie Robot, excuse me. And I'm going to change the color to white, which I know is 6Fs. If you want to select the white from the little guy's jacket, you can just select the little color picker tool and select it as well. But press OK. And I'm going to write my son's name in. Now, I can tell that that's still a little bit smaller than I want it to. So I'm going to make it bigger by pressing Control T. And just make sure you're dragging on the corner and pressing Shift at the same time so it stays uniform in size. Press Enter. And then you can kind of drag it to where you want it inside the box, but that's done. And you can see our little layers over here on the layer palette, and that one text layer has the actual text written in it of what you wrote. I'm going to go ahead and select the text tool again and about the area that I want to type my next elements in, and I'm going to write the time now. And so I'm writing 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. Now, I actually don't think I want this white. I'm going to go ahead and select the whole thing by highlighting it and use my, select the color up at the top of the menu bar and use the picker tool to select the turquoise in the invite. Press OK. Again, I need to size it because it's not the size I want to be, so Control T, using one of the corner boxes and holding down Shift at the same time. I'm going to go ahead and make this the size that I want it and press enter. Now I'm kind of just aligning it up to the little yellow box here. There's another way to help you do that. I'm just eyeballing it, but if you press Control R, that'll give you your rulers that show up. You can go to the side and drag a ruler over, well, a guideline over, excuse me, and let me just make sure it's at the very end of the yellow box. And it's just dragging with the selection tool. And so that way I can know if everything that I'm going to type is going to be lined up as well. This can actually move over just a hair. I'm going to go back to the type tool so I can continue writing my party information. And at the Discovery Center, you can see it's too big, but that's okay. We'll fix it. Control T, bring the size down. I'm just aligning it with that guideline there now. Enter. And I definitely don't want it to be this color. I want it to stand out. So I'm going to select the whole thing again. Go back up to the color box at the top. And I'm going to choose orange this time. And press OK. And then you can continue to type. If you have additional party information, just make another note. I did have additional party information that I want to say. For the most part right now, I'm just going to write blah, 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 so you get the idea of the design. I can't even write blah. Again, I'm going to change the color. I think I want this to be white. And I want this information to stay above his hairline. So actually I could type in quite a bit more at that size. So we'll make a few more blahs. But design-wise, you get the idea. And do the same thing, put in the RSVP information down here, but you guys get the gist of it. And that's basically how you make your custom invite in Photoshop or Photoshop Elements. And that is done, and just go ahead and save it as a JPEG or PDF just by clicking File, Save As. I'm going to select PDF just because I know that the place that I like to print these at prefers PDFs. So I'm going to put Photoshop PDF in where I want to save it, and I'm going to write Calvin's invite. And that's done.